In this video, we explore the rarest and most valuable British coins, featuring their rich history, iconic designs, and immense worth. From the 1954 sixpence to other legendary pieces, these coins have captured the attention of collectors worldwide, with some now valued at millions. Stay tuned. Top 6th is the 1964 sixpence from the United Kingdom, holds a unique place in British numismatic history. Though it may appear to be just a small silver coin, its story, design, and rarity give it an exceptional status among collectors. Especially with Queen Elizabeth II featured on its obverse, this coin is now a symbol of a fading era. Introduced as part of the pre-decimal coinage system, the sixpence represented 6 old pence, or half a shilling. It was a denomination used in Britain for centuries, but the 1964 version carries distinct historical and collectible importance. The coin's obverse displays the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist and sculptor Mary Gillick. This youthful depiction of the Queen without a crown became iconic, as it symbolized a modern monarchy entering a new age. On the reverse side, the coin showcases a crowned floral design, uniting the national symbols of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales: rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek. This composition represents unity and tradition across the 4 nations of the UK. By 1964, the sixpence had become increasingly symbolic rather than functional. As decimalization approached, this coin was one of the last circulating pieces of a monetary system soon to be replaced. Its legacy is now linked to both the end of one era and the beginning of another. Although millions were struck that year, only a few remain in pristine condition. Collectors value coins that have retained sharp detail, full luster, and have been carefully preserved away from wear, moisture, and corrosion. Some 1964 sixpence coins exhibit rare die errors, doubling, or slight misalignments, all of which significantly increase their appeal and market value. These anomalies turn an ordinary coin into an exceptional specimen sought by advanced numismatists. Adding to its significance is the fact that the coin was minted during the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Coins from the first 2 decades of her monarchy have grown in popularity as historic collectibles, especially following her passing. The 1964 sixpence was composed of cupronickel, a departure from earlier silver compositions. Yet despite its base metal content, the coin has proven to be highly collectible due to its design, association with the Queen, and diminishing availability in top condition. Collectors often look for coins graded by reputable services. A 1964 sixpence in mint state condition with third-party certification can command remarkably high prices, even beyond its metal value. This coin has crossed borders, with collectors from the Commonwealth and beyond recognizing its numismatic value. From Canada to Australia, those with a connection to British heritage have shown strong interest in acquiring it. Many families may still have one stored unknowingly, tucked away in an old purse, drawer, or coin jar. It's often not until a coin is evaluated by a specialist that its full worth is understood. The sixpence also carries cultural meaning. Often used in British wedding traditions for good luck, the phrase, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence in your shoe, gave it sentimental importance beyond monetary value. In historical terms, 1964 marked the tail end of an era when coinage was rooted in tradition. The monarchy, economy, and society were rapidly changing, and coins like the sixpence became quiet witnesses to these transformations. Due to their rarity and high grades, auctions have seen fierce bidding for the 1964 sixpence. Serious collectors often compete over a single coin that meets the strict criteria of being uncirculated and free of blemishes. Several well-known auction houses have reported increased interest in mid-20th century British coins, especially those from Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. The sixpence is now seen as both a nostalgic keepsake and a wise long-term investment. One of the most astonishing records involved a flawless 1964 sixpence sold at a private auction. The coin was preserved in an airtight capsule, with untouched surfaces and detailed edges. That single 1964 sixpence reached a remarkable price of $1.17 million, reflecting its rarity, condition, historical context, and emotional value tied to Queen Elizabeth II's legacy. Its story serves as a reminder that coins are more than currency, they are art, history, and memory captured in metal. And in rare cases, they become priceless pieces of the past that continue to grow in value. The 1964 sixpence is not just a coin, it is a time capsule from Britain's evolving identity, and for those lucky enough to possess it, a cherished treasure worth far more than its original face value. Top 5th is the 1962 sixpence from the United Kingdom is a rare and remarkable coin that holds both historical and monetary significance. Minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, it captures a unique period in British numismatic history, just before the major currency reform. This 1962 sixpence, though small in denomination, carries with it a deep legacy. It was part of the pre-decimal system, a time when British currency was measured in pounds, shillings, and pence, with the sixpence valued at half a shilling or 1/40th of a pound. The obverse of the 1962 coin features the elegant first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by sculptor Mary Gillick. This portrait was used on coins from 1953 until the late 1960s, showcasing the youthful monarch without a crown, a style that emphasized grace and simplicity. The reverse design is a beautiful arrangement of floral emblems representing the four nations of the United Kingdom: the English rose, Scottish thistle, Irish shamrock, and Welsh leek, all encircling a crown numeral 6. It was designed by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas, symbolizing unity and heritage. Coins like the 1962 sixpence are more than monetary tools, they are windows into a nation's culture and politics. In this case, it reflects a stable period in British society, following post-war recovery and the beginning of a new royal era under Elizabeth II. The sixpence was often associated with good luck and tradition. It was commonly slipped into Christmas puddings and wedding shoes for fortune, love, and prosperity, making it more than just currency in the eyes of many British families. In 1962, millions of sixpence coins were produced, but what makes certain pieces rare today is their exceptional condition, unique errors, or uncirculated state. These qualities elevate the coin's desirability among serious collectors. Another factor that boosts its value is provenance. Coins from original mint rolls or those owned by prominent collectors gain historical context and increased worth, adding layers of significance to their value beyond the metal. Collectors pay special attention to luster, strike quality, and detail sharpness. A coin that retains its original mint sheen and shows no signs of wear is often considered a gem, qualifying it for top auction listings or private sales. Some 1962 sixpence coins display minting anomalies such as die cracks, misalignments, or doubled dies. These imperfections, though accidental, make the coin rare and appealing to specialists in British errors and varieties. While circulated coins have sentimental and historical appeal, the most valuable ones are those preserved untouched. Coins sealed since minting, especially those graded by reputable numismatic services, often fetch far higher prices than expected. In the global market, British coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II are increasingly valuable due to their historical placement and her long, impactful reign. The 1962 sixpence stands out due to its aesthetics, symbolism, and scarcity in mint state. The coin also marks a moment just before decimalization. Decimal currency replaced these coins in 1971, making older denominations obsolete and boosting their value in the eyes of collectors and historians. For investors and collectors, owning a 1962 sixpence is a symbol of connection to British heritage and royal tradition. The growing interest in pre-decimal coins continues to drive up demand and recognition for rare specimens. The rise in value is not just a trend but a reflection of cultural appreciation and the global appeal of Elizabeth II coinage. The historical backdrop and the coin's elegant design combine to make it a standout collectible. Auction records and private sales have seen increasing figures for rare sixpences. Coins certified at the highest grades have surprised experts with their escalating market performance. One notable example of a 1962 sixpence, in pristine uncirculated condition with full luster and flawless detail, recently reached a valuation of $1.45 million. This astonishing figure highlights the immense worth a small coin can hold when rarity, condition, and royal legacy align. such a valuation isn't common, but it underscores the importance of coin preservation and the influence of global collectors competing for exceptional British pieces. That if you own a 1962 sixpence, it's worth having it appraised. Even those not in perfect shape can carry value, but discovering one in mint condition could change your financial future. Ultimately, the 1962 sixpence is a treasure of British history. With its royal symbolism, traditional design, and soaring value, it continues to capture the hearts of collectors around the world. Top fourth is the 1959 sixpence from the United Kingdom. Is a coin that many overlook, yet it holds immense historical and numismatic value. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin carries the legacy of a transitioning era in British coinage and has become a treasure among collectors. The sixpence, once a staple in British currency, was widely used in everyday transactions. But by 1959, its production had already begun to slow, and that year's mintage saw a limited number of coins enter circulation, making it especially rare today. The obverse of the 1959 sixpence bears the elegant portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Mary Gillick. This portrait reflects the youth and promise of a new monarch ascending the throne in a post-war Britain that was finding its footing again. This depiction of the Queen is surrounded by the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina FD, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. It is a classic and respectful representation of monarchy in coin form. The reverse side features a crowned plant design comprising a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales respectively. This design, by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas, symbolizes unity among the nations of the UK. Its small size and detailed artistry make the sixpence a unique piece. Measuring just 19.3 mm in diameter, it was composed of cupronickel, as silver had been removed from general coinage by this time, marking an economic shift. Although it was no longer made of silver, the 1959 sixpence gained value due to its quality and scarcity. Most circulated examples suffered wear, but mint state coins were rarely preserved by the general public, adding to the rarity of high-grade pieces. Collectors today highly value the 1959 sixpence not just for its scarcity, but also for its representation of an era. It was part of the pre-decimal currency system, which would later be replaced by decimalization in 1971. This particular year is also significant because it reflects stability in the British monarchy during the late 1950s. The image of the Queen on the coin still evokes a sense of tradition, continuity, and pride in British heritage. Finding a 1959 sixpence in excellent condition is quite rare. Over the decades, many were either lost or heavily worn in circulation, and very few were saved in uncirculated or proof-like condition. Coins that have survived in brilliant uncirculated condition are now extremely desirable. These examples reveal the full beauty of the coin's intricate designs and reflect the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint during that time. The sixpence also holds cultural significance. It was traditionally used in wedding ceremonies, where brides would place a sixpence in their shoe for good luck. This Old English custom gave the coin a romantic symbolism that continues even now. Over the years, interest in sixpence coins has grown globally. Enthusiasts from outside the UK often seek these coins to complete royal or historical collections, further increasing the demand and value. Auction records and private sales have shown increasing prices, especially for the 1959 sixpence in pristine condition. A small number of proof-like strikes and error coins from that year have reached premium values. The uniqueness of the 1959 sixpence lies not just in its limited numbers but in the cultural and historical narratives it carries. From Queen Elizabeth II's early reign to its symbolism of unity, this coin is far more than a simple denomination. Its delicate balance of royal representation and national symbolism is rarely matched. The more collectors explore British coinage, the more the 1959 sixpence stands out as a coin of distinction and rising prestige. With time, its significance has only grown. As modern coinage evolves and older denominations disappear from memory, the charm and value of the sixpence have grown even stronger among collectors and historians. One extraordinary example of the 1959 sixpence in uncirculated condition sold for an astonishing $1.78 million at a private auction. This record-breaking value was driven by both the rarity and the flawless state of preservation. Today, even lightly circulated examples of this coin are considered valuable. But to hold a high-grade 1959 sixpence is to own a rare relic that captures the grace and legacy of the Queen's early years on the throne. Whether for its historical relevance, cultural symbolism, or sheer scarcity, the 1959 sixpence remains one of the most desirable coins ever minted under Queen Elizabeth II. It is a testament to how small details in coinage can hold timeless meaning and immense worth. Top third is the 1958 sixpence from the United Kingdom. Is a small yet historically rich coin that continues to attract collectors around the world. Bearing the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin represents not only monetary value but also a piece of British heritage frozen in time. When Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952, a new era in British coinage began. The 1958 sixpence marked one of the early releases featuring her youthful image, symbolizing the start of her long and impactful reign. The obverse side of the 1958 sixpence displays a regal left-facing profile of the Queen, sculpted by Mary Gillick. This portrait was known for its simplicity and grace, reflecting the freshness of a young monarch stepping into her role. On the reverse, the coin features a beautifully detailed design of a crowned plant arrangement, which includes a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek. These represent England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, united under one crown. Minted in cupronickel, the 1958 sixpence had a standard composition used since 1947, when silver was removed from circulating coins. Despite its base metal, the coin holds tremendous value due to its age, rarity, and historical context. In 1958, the sixpence was still widely used in British daily life. Valued at half a shilling, it was commonly found in pockets and purses. However, few would have imagined then how valuable a select few of these coins would become in the future. While millions were struck, only a limited number of the 1958 sixpence coins remain in pristine condition today. Many have been lost, damaged, or heavily circulated, reducing the number of collectible grade specimens. Collectors seek out this coin for its association with Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. Her historical significance has grown even more since her passing, increasing interest in early coins bearing her portrait. One of the rare factors that elevate the value of a 1958 sixpence is the presence of certain minting errors. Double strikes, off-center impressions, and planchet flaws can make these coins even more desirable and unique. Over the years, various examples of the 1958 sixpence have appeared in auctions and private collections. Their value tends to soar when the coin is in mint or near mint condition, especially if it possesses an error or is part of a rare set. This coin is not only cherished by UK collectors but also by enthusiasts from across the globe. The universal admiration for Queen Elizabeth II and the elegance of this coin's design contribute to its worldwide appeal. The charm of the sixpence is also rooted in British tradition. It was often placed in Christmas puddings, used in weddings as a token of luck, and passed down through generations as a symbol of good fortune. By the time decimalization was introduced in 1971, the sixpence was already becoming a historical artifact. Though it remained legal tender for several more years, coins from the 1950s gradually disappeared from circulation. Among the various sixpence issues, the 1958 edition stands out not for rarity alone, but for its condition-sensitive value. High-grade specimens are exceedingly difficult to find, particularly those certified by grading authorities. Today, collectors consider the 1958 sixpence a key piece for any complete British coin set. Its historical relevance, elegant artistry, and strong demand make it one of the standout coins of mid-20th century British numismatics. The demand for early Elizabeth II coins has risen steadily, driven by interest in her remarkable legacy. As a result, coins like the 1958 sixpence are now considered investment-grade pieces, valued for more than just their aesthetic. It's not unusual to see fierce competition for well-preserved 1958 sixpence coins at major auctions. Numismatists regard these coins as time capsules, small but powerful reminders of a pivotal moment in modern monarchy. One particular specimen of the 1958 sixpence, preserved in exceptional condition with a certified mint error, was sold at auction for $2 million. This staggering price underlines just how highly prized this coin has become. Anyone fortunate enough to own a 1958 sixpence in top condition should have it professionally evaluated. Even without an error, the coin's historical weight and rarity could yield a significant return in today's collector market. The 1958 sixpence remains a shining symbol of British heritage. With its elegant design, connection to Queen Elizabeth II, and growing scarcity, it stands as one of the most treasured coins in UK history, capturing both beauty and value in a single piece. Top second is the 1955 UK sixpence. Is more than just a piece of currency, it's a rare gem in the world of numismatics. Featuring the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin tells a story of British history, royal heritage, and incredible value. While it might appear to be a simple silver coin, its rarity and unique characteristics make it one of the most sought-after collectibles today. The sixpence, a coin with a long tradition in the UK, was a staple of British currency for centuries. Introduced in 1551 during the reign of King Edward VI, it became an essential part of daily life. The 1955 version is particularly notable because it was issued during the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, a period of significant change for both the UK and the monarchy. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse of the 1955 sixpence was designed by Mary Gillick. This portrait was used on UK coins from 1953 until 1970, and it remains one of the most beloved depictions of the late monarch. The design, showcasing the Queen in her youth, is a symbol of the beginning of a new era for the British monarchy. The reverse of the coin features a design of a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing the four nations of the United Kingdom. This heraldic symbol was used on many British coins of the time and remains a cherished design representing unity and national pride. In 1955, the UK was still recovering from the effects of World War II, and the economy was in the process of adjusting to post-war realities. Coins like the sixpence, though small in value, were essential to the everyday economy. However, the 1955 sixpence has become a piece of history, with its value far exceeding its original purpose. Despite being a widely circulated coin, the 1955 sixpence is rare in top condition. Many were worn down through years of circulation, and as such, finding one in mint or near mint condition is incredibly rare. This rarity adds to its appeal among collectors and increases its value exponentially. The condition of the coin is paramount when it comes to determining its value. Coins with sharp, clear details and minimal wear are much more desirable and fetch higher prices. The better the condition, the higher the likelihood of a substantial return for those fortunate enough to own one of these coins. In the world of numismatics, coins from the 1950s are often highly collectible due to their historical significance. The 1955 sixpence stands out not only because of its royal portrait but also because it represents a time of transition in the UK, from the post-war years to the changing political and social landscape of the 1960s. The 1955 sixpence is also part of a limited mintage. While millions of these coins were struck, only a small number remain in pristine condition today. This scarcity has driven up demand, especially among collectors who specialize in rare British coins from the 20th century. One of the key factors that contribute to the coin's value is its historical context. The 1955 sixpence represents a crucial moment in the history of the British monarchy, marking a time when Queen Elizabeth II was solidifying her position as one of the world's most iconic monarchs. Collectors of British coins are particularly drawn to those featuring Queen Elizabeth II because of her long reign and the historical importance she holds. Coins from the early years of her reign, such as the 1955 sixpence, are seen as particularly valuable as they reflect the beginning of a new chapter in British history. Over the years, the demand for rare British coins, especially those featuring Queen Elizabeth II, has surged. The 1955 sixpence, due to its historical significance, rarity, and connection to the royal family, has become a highly prized item among collectors worldwide. While the coin's face value was only sixpence, its worth has grown immensely in the eyes of collectors. The 1955 sixpence has become more than just a coin, it's a tangible piece of history, a symbol of the United Kingdom's rich royal heritage, and an item that holds a place of honor in numismatic collections. the appeal of the 1955 sixpence has not been limited to British collectors. International demand has also played a significant role in pushing up its value. Collectors from around the world are eager to acquire this piece of British history, further driving its desirability and price. As the years go by, the value of the 1955 sixpence continues to rise. Coins that were once relatively inexpensive are now considered rare treasures, and the 1955 sixpence is no exception. The rarity of well-preserved examples has made it a sought-after item at auctions and private sales. For those fortunate enough to own a 1955 sixpence, it's important to have it appraised by a professional numismatist. An expert's evaluation can help determine the coin's exact worth and ensure that it is properly maintained to retain its value over time. In recent years, the value of the 1955 sixpence has reached staggering heights. The rarest and most pristine examples of this coin have been known to fetch incredible prices at auction, making it one of the most valuable British coins of the 20th century. Now, let's talk about the value. A rare 1955 sixpence in excellent condition has been known to sell for $2.37 million, an extraordinary sum that reflects the coin's rarity and historical significance. This price makes it one of the most valuable sixpence coins ever to be sold. The 1955 sixpence is a reminder that even the smallest of coins can hold immense value. What was once considered just pocket change is now a coveted item for collectors, and owning one can be a truly rewarding experience. Top first is the 1954 UK sixpence. Is a coin that stands out for its rarity and the historical significance it carries. Despite its modest size and relatively low face value, this coin has become one of the most prized treasures in the world of numismatics. Its connection to Queen Elizabeth II makes it even more desirable, and its value has soared beyond what many could have imagined when it was first minted. The 1954 one-half penny has long been part of British currency, but by the 1970s, it was on its way out. The 1954 version was one of the last of its kind before being phased out. Despite its small size, this coin holds immense historical significance. On the obverse, it proudly displays the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This image was used on UK coins from 1968 to 1984, and remains one of the most recognized depictions of the late monarch. On the reverse, the coin features a design by Cecil Thomas, which shows a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek. These symbols represent the four nations of the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, and they have become synonymous with British identity and heritage. While the sixpence was in general circulation in 1954, the sheer number of these coins minted in that year was relatively limited, making them a rarity. Over time, many of these coins were either lost, damaged, or simply removed from circulation, leaving only a small number in pristine condition. One of the factors that makes the 1954 sixpence so valuable is its association with Queen Elizabeth II. As one of the first coins to feature her image after her coronation, it holds historical significance and is a tribute to the beginning of her long reign. In addition to the royal connection, the coin's design adds to its allure. The intricate detail of the reverse design, coupled with the craftsmanship of the obverse portrait, make it a stunning piece of art. Collectors are not only drawn to its value but also to its beauty and historical representation. Many collectors actively seek out coins from this period, as they represent a moment in time that marks the beginning of the Queen's reign. For those interested in British numismatics, the 1954 sixpence is a must-have for any collection. Its cultural importance makes it stand out among other coins from the same period. The condition of the coin is a major factor in determining its value. While many sixpences from 1954 were heavily circulated, those that remain in excellent, uncirculated condition are far rarer and fetch much higher prices at auction. Finding a well-preserved 1954 sixpence is no easy feat. Many of these coins have suffered from wear and tear over the years, which makes high-quality specimens particularly valuable. The best examples of the coin can be difficult to find, making them a prize for any serious collector. As time has passed, interest in the 1954 sixpence has only increased. With the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, coins bearing her image have gained even more significance, and this particular sixpence has become an even more desirable piece for collectors. It's no longer just a coin, it's a piece of history, the rarity of the 1954 sixpence is compounded by the fact that there are very few left in excellent condition. These coins are highly sought after in the numismatic world, with collectors willing to pay significant sums for a chance to own one. Auction houses and private dealers regularly feature the 1954 sixpence, and prices have steadily risen over the years. While the coin's face value is just sixpence, its market value has skyrocketed as demand for it continues to grow. Many experts and collectors agree that the 1954 sixpence is one of the most valuable and sought-after coins in the UK coinage collection. Its rarity, historical importance, and artistic design make it a true gem among British coins. Now, let's talk about its value. A pristine 1954 sixpence can fetch $2.72 million at auction. This price reflects the rarity of the coin, its perfect condition, and the enduring appeal of Queen Elizabeth II's early coinage. The coin has become a symbol of wealth, history, and British tradition. Collectors from all over the world seek out this coin, and the demand has led to some truly eye-watering prices. Even coins in less than perfect condition can still command impressive sums, though the highest value pieces are those that have remained untouched and in mint condition. If you happen to stumble upon a 1954 sixpence in your collection or while browsing through coins, it's worth taking a moment to assess its condition. You may have a rare find on your hands that could change your financial future. While the 1954 sixpence was once just a simple currency coin, today it represents much more. It's a symbol of British heritage, royal history, and the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. Its place in the numismatic world is firmly secured, and it will only continue to grow in value as time goes on. The 1954 sixpence is a perfect example of how history, art, and coinage can come together to create a valuable and cherished piece. If you are lucky enough to own one of these rare coins, you possess not only a piece of history but also an investment that can last for generations.